Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Banish the Doubt. Today's episode, I want to talk about how we keep this sense of self-worth and confidence amidst the changing winds of societal standards. So, a lot going on in the news today. Obviously, unless you're just not listening to it or watching it, you understand what's been taking place. And it led me to saying, I want to make a video about this because things, obviously can change and they do, but how do we keep our mindset focused and away from that, understanding that we can't do anything about that, just let that happen, focus on who we are, where we are, but where we're going. So I want to start off with, so you've probably seen me talk about this little, you can see that little acorn. Okay, it's obviously sleeping inside of that is the oak tree. So the mighty oak tree, the potential that this acorn has inside of it. So that is like the beliefs that we have inside of each of us, each one of you, myself included, all of us. We have the potential that sleeps inside of us, the mighty oak that sleeps inside. But what does this acorn need in order to realize this potential? Okay, it needs water, sunlight, and soil. Okay, but beyond these things, okay, what it needs, just as important, but almost more vital than that, okay, in these necessities is the space to grow and belief in its own potential. So that's what I'm talking about, the space. So try to clear out that, allow us the space to not be influenced by or sucked in to that very addictive type of stuff that goes on. Because I myself, will look at on my cell phone or the computer or the news, or you turn it on, and it is very addictive. Um, because you can easily get sucked into that. So this is what we need. So we need the space to grow and the belief in our own potential, okay, to become something more just like that seed, okay, something more to develop into that. Each of us has this same inherent value, a potential waiting to be realized. So if you're watching this, like I've said in the past, you've attracted this video, just like I did myself, other videos and people. You've attracted myself and others like me into your world for a reason. There's something here. You can feel it. You can feel the mighty oak that sleeps inside of you, that your beliefs, this who you are, that's talking to you. This mighty oak stirs inside of you. Okay, so why then is self-belief so critical? So I'd like for you to imagine walking through your day, okay, after this video, taking each step with the knowledge and confidence that you are enough just as you are. Who I am, you heard me say this in other videos, I'm focusing on each step that I'm taking. Right here in this moment, I am enough. I am confident. I am deserving. Okay. How might you approach your challenges then with this type of an attitude, this type of a self-talk and a belief? Okay. So again, this is the tree. Okay. The roots of the tree are these types of beliefs, this inherent value that is inside of each one of us. So those are the roots, the I am enough, the self-worth, these beliefs. Okay. This is these beliefs. As we do this develops the foundation grounded in the soil that nourishes these roots. So these thoughts, okay, these thoughts start to nourish the oak that sleeps inside of the acorn. Just like the water and the sunlight, we need also the soil. The soil are our beliefs underneath. These are the things they can't see. Okay, we live in a world, however, that constantly challenges our sense of these things. Just like I was talking about the news and our friends and the people we surround ourselves with, the things that take place, the people who maybe are consumed by the news and social media and what have you. Okay, so we're constantly being challenged by for the sense of our self-worth. Okay, so then of course we ask, well, in this, what society is constantly asking, well, am I smart enough? Am I attractive enough? Am I successful enough? Okay, this ultimately creates a narrative of inadequacy. So when we start to think about this or get sucked into that that type of a world, we start to have these types of thoughts. It challenges these thoughts. Am I smart enough? I am enough. Am I attractive enough? I have enough self-worth in myself. Am I successful enough? I have a belief that I'm successful right here, right now, in this moment. You've heard me talk about in other videos, and I'll continue to talk in all of my videos about this. Whatever it is that is inside you, that's this mighty oak, whatever it is you see, you see yourself in this moment as being that person. Okay? So then we continue. So we then want to ask ourselves, if I don't believe that I am enough, then how can I expect the world to? So if you're having challenges with this, you want to ask yourself this very important question. If I don't believe I am enough, then how can I expect the world? Because remember, the world is a reflection of how we think. So if we want anything on the outside to change, well, then we have to start to have these beliefs in the moment that I am enough, I am confident, I am worthy, I am deserving. And the world then will reflect back to us those beliefs. Okay, so our self-belief impacts our decisions, relationships, and the risks we are willing to take. This is like the water that the seed needs to grow. So we talked about the sunlight and the soil, but this is the water that it needs to develop those roots. Okay, we can rise above our circumstances. We can turn our challenges into stepping stones towards our growth. As we start to change our narrative, as we start to change our self-talk, we can rise above these circumstances, wherever you might find yourself right now living. Okay, and you can turn these challenges into stepping stones. Instead of looking at them as self-depreciating and the mindset, we can then say, okay, I'm going to rise above this and I'm going to stand on top of this and use this as a stone, almost like a staircase, to get me further up the ladder, if you will, or the staircase in my life. How do we do this? Well, first, we're going to recognize our inherent worth, right? So again, our self-talk, we're going to recognize that by being present in the moment, understanding that life has always worked out for me. It may not be what I expect in the moment, but you know what? I woke up this morning, I'm still alive, I'm still here, my heart's still beating, I'm still being able to breathe. I have that. If that's all you have, focus on that. Be grateful for that. Two, we're going to celebrate our victories, no matter the size. So, an exercise you may want to start to incorporate into your daily routine is before you go to bed at night, just take a moment or two or three, just quietly. If you want to write down, you want to put it on your notes in your phone, whatever it may be, or just think about, say three. I'm gonna focus on three victories today, regardless of the size of them. Okay. You may have been, hey, you know what? I went to the supermarket and I got the groceries. That's a victory. I got my hair cut. That's a victory. Whatever it may be, I got my nails done. You're whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. This is yours. Because what we're doing is we're changing our mindset in the moment. We're going to start to focus on victories versus challenges. We're going to start to look at challenges as stepping stones. So you had a challenge. A victory could be you had a challenge today and maybe you caught yourself. You heard me talk about in previous videos the refractory period, the time between what happens to us that sets us off and the amount of time it takes for us to recognize that's the old thinking. That's a victory. if you even had a choice, had a chance to say, wait, that's, I remember watching that with George in the Banish the Doubt videos. That's right. That's a victory. Okay. So we're going to do that. We're also going to learn from our setbacks. We're going to change the narrative again. We're going to recognize that it's not failure. Okay. There is no failure. We're only an opportunity for us to grow and to learn. I tell my son that all the time as far as baseball. Baseball is a great sport, by the way, to have what they call it short-term memory short. I think they call it short memory or something like that. Because there's the next game tomorrow. There's the next play. There's the next inning. So whatever happens, you understand in the moment, but then you move on. You look at it, and I tell them all the time, you're not failing. There's no failure. There is only an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better tomorrow or the next time. So we look at that. We recognize that there are just setbacks, no failures. Another technique or another exercise we won't want to do is at any time during the day, but preferably in the morning and before going to sleep at night. We're going to look in the mirror. Okay. We're going to look at this person in the mirror as somebody who is deserving of love, success, and happiness. We're going to look in the mirror. We're going to tell that person. You can even personalize it. You'd say your name. You are deserving of love, success, and happiness. You are worthy of that. You are deserving of that. And now when we personalize it, it changes things in our mind, because now we're not just saying you, we're saying you, and we're gonna identify it. We're gonna say our name. You are deserving. You are worthy. You are. And what I started doing a couple of years ago when I first started doing this, listening to Louise Hay, was I would write down in a notebook no less than 500 times a day, I approve of myself. And I would stop on the road, whatever it may be, and I would just write, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. Because what this does is this starts to change the narrative in our thinking. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am love. I am deserving of love. All of this, it helps to change the narrative in our thinking. We open the door to endless possibilities when we act like we are enough. So I want you to just think about that for a second. Think to yourself. Just think about open the door and endless possibilities. I want you to think of yourself opening the door and looking out. Whatever it is you can conceive of, it's possible for you. And this is the exercise that gets you there. This is the exercise that helps unlock that door. Open the door, endless possibilities. Become a testament to the power of self-confidence. Become a beacon of light to others, for others, and to others. Okay, when we do this, we become a testament to the power of self-confidence. We become a beacon of light for and to others. People are going to start to look at you differently because you're changing. Remember, the world is nothing more than just a mirror reflecting back to us our inner talking at all times. So we get a bill in the mail, and maybe it's overdue or what have you. We change the thinking. This is paid. I see it paid. This is not a big deal. This will take place. This will happen. I will pay this in due time. Okay, instead of, oh, God, it's another affirmation of things things just never work out for me. Whatever it may be, this too shall pass, because it has. The fact that you're here, you're living, you're breathing, you're watching me. Okay, so this too shall pass. Now, we in life come to a crossroads or fork in life. And this fork has two paths. On one side is external perceptions. And the other side, the other path we could take is the acknowledgement of our intrinsic value. Now, here's the two different paths, what's on those paths, okay? The path of acknowledging our intrinsic value is like the roots of the tree. Again, the oak starts to blossom and become the tree. The roots are our intrinsic values are already within us, okay? They are hidden beneath the surface. They provide stability and nourishment. They're independent of achievements. They're independent of the approval of others. They don't require it. Okay, this is the one path we can go down where we are focused on our intrinsic values. We tap in just like a taproot. We tap in to those beliefs that are hidden that people can't see. Okay. The other path we can take is the path of external perceptions, or like the leaves on the tree. Those are what people can see. Okay. This is how we measure our worth, either by external perceptions. They out there, if they feel good about me, then I must feel good. If they approve of me, then I approve of me. If they accept me, then I accept me. See what I'm saying? This is visible to all. Okay. These leaves sway by the winds of others' opinions and expectations, and what they're feeling like that you have achieved. I was watching an interview with John Bon Jovi, and he said, I am so past all of this. Now, of course, years later, how many multi millions of dollars in the bank, one might think like that, right? But here's the thing, he said, there are grown men who still operate like this. He's in the interview, I said, seriously? He goes, yes. He said, I'm in my 60s. He said, there are still grown men in the industry who still are worried about and always trying to get better than the other guy. They're not satisfied. They're looking at life this way through the external perceptions. Life is so much more peaceful, okay, and much more grounded over here. So these are some of the techniques that we can incorporate to circumvent or deal with the swaying winds of societal changes. This is what we want to do. We want to go here to our intrinsic value. We want to stay away from that. We can look at it from time to time, but we don't get sucked in. If we feel ourselves getting sucked in, it's almost like an addiction. We pull out. We say, okay, enough. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going down that rabbit hole because it's very easy to go down there. This is how we do it. We become present. We look in the mirror. We tell ourselves we are deserving of love, success, and happiness. Okay. We open the door to endless possibilities by grounding ourselves in this version of us that we know who it is. And we tap into that inside, that person inside, that oak tree that sleeps inside of the acorn. We follow that. We talk to ourselves in this type of thinking, and this is how we can rise above the swaying winds of societal changes. Okay, guys. Again, I always thank you guys so much for watching all my videos, for commenting down below. I love all the comments. I am trying to catch up to them and answer them and read them. I very much enjoy reading them. If you haven't already done so, feel free to subscribe to this channel. If you like what you heard today, give it a thumbs up. Share this video with others. And like I've always said, feel free to comment down below. Let me know, any changes that you have been dealing with, or you're currently going through, or any successes that you may have had, or if you've incorporated some of these techniques already. I try to read each and every one of them as much as I can. Thank you guys again for everything, for subscribing to my channel. I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you. Until I see you again, God bless and have a great day.